I want to talk Leafs for a second here because I feel what's coming.
You mean the team that got rid of Mitch?
They chased him out of town.
That was good.
Anyway,
you do old. It's that old sweaty fat guy at the bar who's smoking cigars laugh. Yeah, right.
Oh no.
That would, if I did that, I would trigger an asthma attack. Like, I'm not kidding.
I didn't like it.
So here's what's going to happen this week. And I think this is fascinating. So the Craig Berube meeting happened this weekend. Darren Dreger was on First Up on 1050 this morning and talking about it. And I think Dreg seems to think that Berube is going to stick around. I think but then everybody says that, but then they go, but the Leafs haven't made up their mind yet. So I'm not one way or the other on that. Because I don't think they've made up their mind. But what I am very interested in is public perception when it comes to Auston Matthews. You can see it turning this weekend. Jeff O'Neill, I talked about it Friday a little bit with you. Yeah. And then Jeff O'Neill really went in on overdrive on Friday night. And the issue is, and I said this on the show, Matt Sundin has now come in. And whether you like it or not, that sets a new standard just by the history.
Yeah.
And Matt's, and I said this on Friday, never held the team hostage. Never said, I won't play here if you don't. He just said, I'm here and I'm fucking staying, and no, I will not waive my trade clause.
His one weakness was wanting to stay here.
Yes. Yeah. Like, he loved it here.
Which people did hold against him.
Yes, and people were mad because he could have, if he had accepted the trade to Philly, you could argue it would have started the rebuild, but whatever.
Asking around, people still do.
Now I still, now looking back, like, as much as the Leafs, that's also the Maple Leafs' incompetence too, that they didn't rebuild when they should have. And you shouldn't have done Mats the way you did them. They did him poor. They really did.
You gotta like context that. Your criticism of this guy is that he cared about the team too much.
Yeah.
It's like you're sitting in a job interview and you're like, I work too hard.
But
like,
he did.
Like what?
But he actually did.
Yeah. I don't think we knew how good we had it in 2008 when he said no. And I mean, listen, I think Gary Roberts and Joe Newendike have both said, like, they think that leaving the Leafs was a mistake after the lockout. They both went to Florida, and the Panthers then versus the Panthers now, two totally different things. Like, they were pissed off because the security guards wouldn't let them in the building because they're like, we don't know who you are.
Right.
And they're like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Like, we just signed here. We're the marquee free agents. And, Toronto is a tough place to play. Mats, though, sort of was able to overcome that. Now, he took plenty of criticism while he was here. But he just never really let it get to him, at least never that we saw in the public. What we're seeing now with Auston Matthews, I think, is going to backfire. And I think Auston and his agent, Judd Moldaver, ought to be aware. I don't know if they care. But the perception now, a week ago, if I'd said this, people would be like, yeah, well, I get it. What fucking hopes do they have? But now they've got the first overall pick. Yeah. And if you're still, the vibe has changed completely. If you're still, as a Toronto Maple Leaf captain, who has been to the playoffs 9 out of 10 years.
9 straight years.
And you want to tell the Leafs Nation via their management, even if you don't like Leafs management, I don't know how he feels about them, that first sign of trouble, I'm going to go. Whether that's a fair comment or not, that is the way it will be perceived. Now, does John Scheika actually know Auston Matthews the way he sort of alluded to in the press conference? I've been told no.
I don't believe him.
I've been told absolutely not, and that he perhaps overstated it slightly. Whatever, he was nervous. I'm not gonna hold him to that. But the Leafs have to, and Jeff O'Neill said this, I'm going to quote him direct, row their own boat here. If you go and this rumored meeting that they're going to fly down and meet Auston, which they are, first off, the fact that they're flying to him, I find very interesting.
Yeah, that's what managers do when they're trying to extend an olive branch. They make themselves into the olive branch and they go and see you.
So maybe they come out of that meeting and Auston goes, yeah, you know what? I like the plan. I'm on board. Let's go. But from everything we've heard, and that's been reported by Freege and by CJ, it doesn't matter what the plan is. Auston cares about action. I respect that. But again, you're the captain. They made you captain. And you are, in effect, holding the Leafs hostage to carry out this plan over the next 2 months, which is really the only time that you can make a lot of significant moves on the roster, right? The next 2 months are big roster movement season. If he says to them on July 5th, yeah, I don't like what you did, They could make moves in the next 8 weeks in order to keep him that could screw them for a couple of years or more if he decides, I'm still not down.
Let's talk about leadership. On the ice, Matthews has led the way in a lot of ways.
He has.
He scored over 60 goals twice, scored over 50 goals a bunch of times. He won the Hart Trophy once. His playoff record is checkered, but he's had some good ones. He's had some poor ones, right? Marner wears a lot of that. Austin's had some poor ones too, right?
Willie, certainly. Yeah, certainly has.
Willie's been pretty consistent.
Of the three of them, he's the most consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Willie, I believe in 24, even though he missed a few games, ended up leading them in goals anyway, which is ridiculous. On the ice, he has consistently gone above and beyond, with some exceptions. He's a great two-way player. He started a hit. He started a block. If a teammate's in trouble with someone going after him, he won't lift a finger.
I mean, you said it after he got his knee blown out by Gudas. Had the shoe been on the other foot, would Auston have jumped in?
Sometimes someone asks a question that's so good it changes your perception of things. The Leafs should have absolutely jumped in when Matthews got kneed. Beginning, middle, end. But the question I was asked is, when has he ever done that for a fellow teammate? Travis Konechny a few years ago was going at Auston Matthews, and Matthews physically, you would think, could dummy Travis Konechny. Like,
he's a big man, Auston.
He's
big.
huge.
Yeah.
He's huge and heavy. And I know he's had the wrist stuff, but it's the NHL. You can't be like, well, I can't punch. I can't defend myself.
You can glove wash, you can hug, you can grapple. You don't have to punch.
And Mark Giordano, as the oldest player in the league, comes in and Goldberg spears the Flyers, and Bunting has to come in and help. So later that year or the next year, when Bunting is in clear trouble with the refs, when the refs decide you're the guy we're going to just completely screw, and players are punching Bunting after the whistle, and Bunting can't defend himself because if he does, he's going to get in trouble with the league or he's going to put his team down, and he doesn't want to do that. And the players in the dressing room probably said, hey, Michael, we're kind of sick of that. What did the Leafs do to defend Michael Bunting? Was Auston flying in there?
No.
And was he defending Bunting the way Bunting defended him? No, he wasn't. So I say that about his leadership. You're the captain. You have a different role on this team than everyone else.
And by the way, he wasn't captain back then. It was Tavares that was captain. And I had the same criticisms of Tavares too.
You want to...
He didn't jump in a lot.
You need more than one leader.
He's doing it now, but yes.
Yeah, you need more than one leader. And like, this isn't just a Matthews thing. Like, I've said this about other players around the league. Remember when the Calgary Flames refused to stick up for Matthew Tkachuk?
Yeah.
When
he slammed when Jake Muzzin popped the puck at him. And
yeah.
That
was ridiculous. That was completely ridiculous, and they missed that player very much.
And the rumor out of Calgary was they're just tired of Tkachuk's antics. Look what he's done since. That was literally the report. That
and now
they're just tired of him causing so much shit. I'm like...
Now all of us out east in the Eastern Conference are tired of his antics at Stanley Cup parties.
Yeah. Because he's kicking ass.
Because he's kicking ass.
Yeah.
You're the captain. You have more responsibility and more power than anyone else on that roster. Did Brad Treliving do a good job at the Toronto Maple Leafs? Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
Does John Chayka have a resume that any of us trust? For the majority of the audience watching this, absolutely not. And if you were Auston Matthews, could you be blamed for not having faith in what's gone on and what the team is going to do into the future? I wouldn't blame you at all. You grew up idolizing Shane Doan. This team has apparently punted Shane Doan out the door again.
As of today.
And John Chayka, for the second time, has now done that to Shane Doan.
I don't think it's personal this time. I think last time it got a little weird, but
it doesn't matter.
This time it's not. He's just not his guy. I think it's context is important.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like it wasn't like, hey, get out of here, Shane. It was just more like, Shane, you're not going to be a part of the next thing. Your contract's up. Thank you so much for your service.
But there's big things and there's little things, and they add up together. And I'm sure that's a little thing that
I think that's a
Matthews
part
is
of
like,
it.
you know what? Another strike against Shea.
Yeah.
Right? That's fair. Here's what I would love to know about Matthews and his leadership. The Marner stuff leading up to last summer. Here's the question that I'm going to ask because I don't know the answer. What impact did he have on that process? Did he try to sway him to stay? Did he have talks with management when it was obvious he was not staying? You guys are thick as thieves, right? That's what everyone tells me, everyone who makes the ship memes and everything. What's going on? That's your setup, man. Okay. So now Mitch is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what does the team do? Well, the plan going forward seems to be Max Domi on right wing. And they also went out and they acquired Matias Michelli. Did you have any say in that whatsoever? Were you like, I think I should be playing with Max? Were you like, go out and get Matias Michelli? Because someone will be like, well, they went out and all they did was they went out and they got Matias Michelli. You're Auston Matthews. I don't think you understand.
Okay, the rebuttal to that, Steve, is maybe he's pissed off that they froze him out of that.
Did they freeze him out of it is the question.
I don't know.
If they
We'll never know.
If they did, that is a genuinely stupid thing to do.
That would be very Leafs, by the way.
It would be very Leafs, and that would be entirely on the Leafs. But you're Auston Matthews. I'm not sure
Apparently,
they even have the agency to freeze you out.
Apparently, he's good friends with Roslovic, and that's why there was rumors about Roslovic to Toronto. But Brad
Did it happen?
wouldn't commit because Brad was Brad. And Brad was tire kicking everything, and so it never happened. Roslovic did not have a good playoff, but he was great in the regular season for Edmonton. He was better better. Listen, people randomly fell in love with Michelli after the Leafs got eliminated from the playoffs. I'm going to be honest with you. That guy only showed up.
He was mid.
He was total mid.
Mid
Totally.
player.
And listen, is Roslovic much better than mid? No, but he is better. He is better. He performed better.
Roslovic might be Michelli with better marketing. I don't know.
But I just,
maybe he's better.
you know,
Probably a little bit better.
I think the thing is that, you know, people are going, oh, well, now you guys are turning on Matthews like you did to Marner. I think what's happening here, and Jesse, I want to get your thoughts on this too.
I'm asking Matthews to do what Matt Sundin always did, which was put the crest before himself and go above and beyond. You're the captain. You're one of the best players in the league. You're the greatest goal scorer in franchise history. Recruitment?
We need you.
You can help with that.
Marner helped with that with Tavares.
The reason I brought it, yes, that's such a good point, Adam. One of the videos that it's my white whale. I want to see it so bad. The Leafs made a video to recruit John Tavares that Kyle Dubas showed him at the meeting, at the meeting that he had with, I think it was 6 teams when he was a free agent. And Dubas made a wonderful presentation that was apparently the best one on account of Tavares ended up signing here. Mitch Marner, while still on his ELC, was in the video. I'd love to know what was said. I'd love to know if he was on the ice. I'd love to know what he do. All I know is that when they played together in his first season in Toronto, Tavares put up 47 friggin' goals with Marner as his setup man. That was Marner's role in all that. Marner, I mean, helped the crest and helped himself. Listen, if I can play with John Tavares for a year, get him 47 goals, I'm gonna get a big contract out of it. But also, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. It's gonna be good for the team. It's gonna be good for me. Hey, let's go. Has Auston done that? No. What he's doing right now is actually hurting the team. What he's doing, this wishy-washy, I don't know. You don't know that he said it. Yes, I do.
Hold on. I don't know that he's hurting the team yet. I think
he is.
I think, Steve, if they go to that meeting and he goes, listen, thanks for the plan, but I haven't seen action. Part of me can't blame him for that.
Okay.
Because I think he's been given multiple plans before and they haven't followed them through. And he's going, this is my only leverage in this scenario.
Right.
With you people. All of you guys are talking heads. How many general managers and coaches have come through here? And you've all told me the same fucking thing. None of you have come through. So I get it from his perspective on that part. If they have the conversation with him this week and they get him on board, then they can move forward. Where it does start to handicap the group is if he goes, yeah, I'm not going to make a decision until free agency's over. Now the Leafs have got to take the bull by the horns and make a hard decision because you cannot let that linger. That is the thing.
This is what I'm saying. That to me hurts the team.
But that conversation hasn't happened yet. So it hasn't hurt the team yet.
Right.
You have to look at it like that.
Now,
And
my
this is
opinion
not-
changes. My opinion is based completely on a hypothetical situation,
Yeah.
right? If he changes and he commits and everything, yeah, great. Okay, fine. But the notion that he would just sit there and pout and be like, we'll do something for
I don't
me
think that's what
drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Sorry. You wanted to go to Jesse.
Yeah, I do want to go to Jesse, but that's okay. Like you
No,
that's
no.
a good point. We're happy
Not
to hear
at
it.
all.
I thought it was a good point.
I know.
Jesse.
I think right now it was a complete miscalculation by the people in Austin's camp and him to leak this and these feelings to Elliot and CJ and whoever else in the media that knows this directly from them, because it is from them. Like, whether you don't want to believe it or
Yeah,
not.
that's not coming from the Leafs. I can tell
No,
you that.
this is from them. And
They
these are their feelings.
fabricated it. They pulled it out of their ass and then put it into the public because that's great for their careers.
They are getting their opinion on the matter out there. And I believe that this is Austin's opinion. He is waiting to see what happens, and he has not decided whether he wants to stay with the Maple Leafs. And I believe him having that opinion right now is a complete miscalculation on how the fans are going to feel about that. Yeah. Because he has not been a great captain for the Maple Leafs if this is how he's feeling right now.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah, he was gifted this captaincy in 24 ahead of that season. They stripped John Tavares of it. Don't baby him. That's what happened. They stripped him of the captaincy and gave it to Austin for every reason that Austin is the superstar. He's the most talented player on the team. And they've given him the sun and the moon since he's been here as a Maple Leaf. They wanted to give him the captaincy the first time, but he decided to moon a security guard when he was in his off time.
He was going to be the
And
captain.
he
I
lost
genuinely,
himself.
yeah, I believe that conspiracy theory that they were going to name him and then he was a dumbass.
And then he was a dumbass and he
didn't tell
lost.
Dude.
And his agent was a dumbass. And everyone
Yes.
who told him, do not tell the team that you did something that's going to show up in police records that some Habs fan on Reddit is going to find. Like, what a stupid decision.
Yep.
I said it at the time. I'll say it years later with hindsight. What the fuck were you thinking?
Yeah.
Are you out of your mind?
I think that's more the people around him at that time because, listen, we were all dumb in our early
Sure.
20s. You do pay people to advise you. And that is
And they
where
fucked him.
They fucked him on that.
They
And
fucked him
did.
on that.
Adam, you've said this a million times, but it is the first sign of trouble for Auston Matthews in this era in terms of on-ice performance for the Maple Leafs. They didn't make the playoffs. It was a bad year. He was also injured through all of that, and it was bad. And now you're trying to run. Like, that's the perception that the fans are, whether it is fact that you are now going to decide to leave or not, the narrative coming out of you is an I am committed forever. When John Tavares is asked about being a Maple Leaf at the end of his contract last offseason, when Mitch Marner was gone out the door, he said, I am here to be a Maple Leaf and I want to be a Maple Leaf, and that's it. Marner was like, I don't know,
I had a great time.
Well, Steve, you can
That's
do
what he said.
the best Mitch impression if you get the ums in there that I can't do.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna wait until I'm fucking gone to shoot the puck. and you guys, saw with your own two eyes that I don't shoot the puck, but that's wrong because reasons. Anyway.
All I can do is judge you based on what I know about you, and that's what you've leaked to the media about right now, and not about what you maybe do in the future if you're happy with the free agency moves that the Leafs make. And right now, all I'm hearing is that you don't 100% want to be a Maple Leaf forever. Like, the only thing I should be hearing out of Auston Matthews is, I want to be a Toronto Maple Leaf for my entire life, and I am here to be a Toronto Maple Leaf.
Which he apparently told them the last time he signed an extension. Evidently, he said, I want to be a Leaf, but the caveat was, I don't want things to change significantly in the sense that, like, I don't want to fall off a cliff because I want to win.
And things have changed very significantly.
And that's why he's changed. And I think, listen, if we're going to have this conversation, I do think we got to have the side on, I'm sorry I'm being a pain in the ass here.
No.
Of
Absolutely.
From his perspective, okay, I let you guys handle this, and look what you fucking gave me this year. And let me say this.
What I would love to know is, did he help them at all?
Okay. And that's fair. Maybe they froze him out of the process too, because let's be honest, Shanny was very territorial. Didn't like Sundin being around camp.
Yep. You're totally right.
You know, like that's also part of this, right? So he has trusted management. And they've asked for his trust and he's given it. And then last year is the biggest points fall off in history, 110 years.
And I think it is unreasonable to say that you will have continued success year after year after year forever for a professional sports franchise.
That is true.
There's a reason that the 9 years in a playoff consecutively for the Leafs was a record, because it doesn't happen. No organization is that consistent forever and be all and end all. And the Leafs will forever be a competitive team. They're always trying to be competitive. They did not say they're in a rebuild right now, but they just didn't make the playoffs this year because that's what happens. Sometimes you have bad years.
But this wound was self-inflicted, Jesse. This is poor management.
Yes, it was self-inflicted because they hired the wrong guy in Brad Treliving. But that is going to happen. You are going to have years where you don't miss the playoffs. We never heard this out of Ovechkin. Was there a moment where Ovechkin was like, I'm done in Washington?
No.
I would go back and look, but not that I recall.
Is there a moment where John Tavares has ever wavered from being a Toronto Maple Leaf?
No.
You think that guy doesn't want a Stanley Cup?
Yeah.
He's at the World Championships right now. I can't believe it.
He wants it just as bad, if not worse, than Austin, because his aging curve is way down the road from his.
Yeah. And put together a pretty damn good year.
So why am I hearing it out of the guy who's supposed to be the leader of the team?
There's two things that I want to get out of the way. Some people are going to be like, well, running the team and like having an impact on personnel decisions, that's not Matthews' job. Okay, this isn't like an act your wage situation like Adam when he was a teenager working at Shoppers Drug Mart. This is the captain of an NHL team making $13.25 million in salary alone. He makes more than anyone running the team.
Can I give you a list of guys
outside of ownership?
Can I give you a list of guys who did? Wayne Gretzky had a huge impact on who the and listen, those LA Kings that he stepped into were not great. And he was the guy that
there's a reason
put all the pieces in place.
They were like all Oilers.
Yeah, all ex-Oilers. And him and Luc Robitaille didn't get along, so Robitaille was traded. Like, that all happened. Mario Lemieux, extremely involved in who the Pittsburgh Penguins got and didn't get. Captains do this. They do. Yzerman, absolutely.
Instead of sitting on their throne waiting for grapes to be placed lovingly in their mouth.
I don't think that's what he's doing.
Well, no, but that's the way it seems. If you're like, you know what? No, I'm a player. Players played. That's it. No, you're the captain. You're not just some fucking player. You're not just some random guy off the street. We need your help here.
So is this his way of doing that? Is this his way of going, you better fucking listen to me now because I've had enough with you?
That could be the case.
And I feel like that might be. Like
that would make him the hero Gotham deserves.
Because I want him to do that as badly as you do.
That would be great.
Maybe this is finally the first time where he goes, guys, I'm going to leave if you don't fucking start listening
to me. And that would be great. And I hope that's what makes him stay. The other thing, this is going to get twisted by the dumbest people you know, that this is them running yet another guy out of town. This is born out of please fucking stay.
Oh, yeah, we want him to stay. Yeah.
This is born
and I think
out
McKenna is like a perfect fit for him.
Yeah, we're not like, oh, we hate. Yes, he is, first of all. But this isn't us going, oh, he's not sure if he wants to stay. He's not sure if he wants to stay. So just trade him. That wasn't the end of the sentence. The end of the sentence is we got to run a hockey team here. So we need to know what's going on with our captain who makes 13.25 sheets and scored 60 goals twice.
Yeah. And I think, Steve, to that point, you want him to stay. I started this because I'm worried about the public perception, because this has happened. We've seen this before. It was Mitch who misread the public. And let's be honest, he was beloved in Toronto, but there was a defined change between what happened before that contract was signed and what happened after. And it had to do with what his agent said, starting with that Toronto Star interview the day after Matthews signed his extension.
February 2019.
It did. And so Jesse and Steve, here's the other thing. And O'Neill made this point, and I think it's a really good one. You know what would really help the Leafs get better? Matthews getting over 50 goals again. Mm-hmm. That would really help.
How about over a point a game?
Let's talk about let's talk about this. If the Leafs are seriously considering keeping Craig Berube, which Drager says they are, I can't help but think.
No.
I think Drake's reporting is great there. I do think that's coming from Berube's camp.
He's not an option. He's not an option going forward.
If they go to him in Arizona this week or next, whenever they talk to him, and they go, Auston, we think Berube's got it this time, and if I'm Auston, I'm going, yeah, you better fucking trade me then.
Yeah. No, I agree.
His 2 worst seasons.
I agree.
If you look at, and it's not just about the goals, guys, it's defensive zone starts. It's the boring shit.
They're playing him like he's Dave Steckel.
Like, so what's he supposed to do?
I don't know.
That's where Connor McDavid steps in and goes, you better get rid of this guy and bring in my guy. He did that. Connor did that.
Or some other captain.
And Connor now
worth their
is willing to probably get rid of his junior coach to bring in Bruce Cassidy.
The Florida Panthers and what they were able to accomplish with cap bullshittery, you can't accomplish that without communication with the players.
Of course not.
I don't know any of that. Like, Bennett called this guy.
Oh, they talked. For sure they talked.
It's impossible. The cap gymnastics, it's impossible to pull that
Get
off.
all those extensions done at the exact right number.
Without there being conversations between players, agents, and managers. It happens with any team worth talking about around the league. Why doesn't it happen here?
Hey, did you like the thing you just watched?
Was it hilarious?
Was it informative?
Was it me losing my mind?
Possibly. Potentially. Most of the time it is. Hey, listen, if you like what SDPN has to offer, you should check out more of our videos and subscribe to our channel by clicking subscribe, or Steve will find you.